So, some implications that I have discovered and found on my own and thought of. There's three big ones. The first one is programs to be set in place. So, at the high school level, you could start developing programs with the counselors and the teachers, such as giving the counselors and teachers time to talk to these individuals about athletics in high school and college and further on. Give them all the information they need to understand that being a student athlete is not just being an athlete, it's being a student and then the athlete. The teachers can really help support. If the teachers are constantly stereotyping and discriminating against these African American male student athletes and only thinking that they're there for the athletics, then they're already failing. So getting those counselors and teachers on board with supporting these young boys and starting them off right away in high school that academics is more important or as important as athletics for these young boys, I think it will help them when they get to the college level. And then in college level, you need to get the coaches and the professors on board. Same thing with the counselors and teachers in high school. Start developing programs for the coaches and the professors. The coaches can design programs for their teams to embrace the different cultures within the team so nobody feels isolated or hopeless or anything else that they could possibly feel. And the professors, just like the teachers in high school, you need to get them on board too. They need to realize that these student athletes are more than just athletes. And they just really need to realize that because I don't think many do. And then finally, parents. Starting at a young age, parents need to be aware of what a student athlete is doing, where their time is being spent, what programs could help them understand their kids, what programs could help their kids understand who they are. It starts young with the parents. They need to know right away what it means for their kids to be in sports and in academics. The second implication is simply elimination of discrimination, racism, and stereotyping. That is a really tough one because if these three things were gone, I wouldn't be writing this paper. Even though slavery was abolished, discrimination, racism, and stereotyping is still occurring today, whether people like to think it or not. I didn't think it happened, like I knew it happened a lot, but I didn't think it happened this much after I read all these research papers on it, and it's kind of scary to think that racism, discrimination, and stereotyping is holding these men or young boys back from achieving higher academics and only thinking that athletics is the way out. So I know that's a long shot, but the elimination of those would really smooth things out. And then finally, stricter rules enforced by the NCAA. I know right now that the NCAA has rules set, like you need like a 1.9 GPA your freshman year, and then in college, freshman year, and then sophomore year through senior year, you only need to hold a 2.0 GPA. And I believe that those need to be bumped up. There needs to be stricter rules in place for these athletics and academics. If these athletes are not holding a certain standard, they should not be allowed to participate in athletics. Their academics needs to be up there. Having the support from tutors, from parents, from peers, from teammates, from coaches, this should not be a problem. It's just the fact of enforcing those rules and sticking with them.